Said, She Said, They Said podcast. I'm here with Kelly, and
This is Jessica.
it's been a pretty rough day. We're recording this Wednesday, a day after the elections.
It
It's right,
is 9:47.
yeah. It's November 6th, 2024, and a couple hours ago, Donald Trump was projected to be the presidential elect for 2025, 2028.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Um, doesn't seem like it was a tough race for him to win, unfortunately. He projected to win all seven swing states as of now, which is really depressing to hear. There was low turnout when it came to, early voting, when it came to Democratic surge. People were talking about the red mirage being a thing and how, there would be, the blue shift afterwards, like there was in Joe Biden, a little bit with Hillary Clinton. But it looked like this time around, there was no blue shift. It was just a red tsunami that kind of came and give us a bit of dose
Took
of reality.
over.
Yeah,
Say here come.
yeah.
Ready or not?
It gave us a little bit of dose of reality. But I know that, a lot of people who are listening right now are very sensitive to what's going on. I know a lot of listeners are probably going to be more Democratic than they are going to be Republican. There may be some Trump supporters listening just to hear Democrats cry and moan. But I don't want it to just be that, right?
No, no.
I want it to be a reality check so that they can know how disgusting they are as Democratic, as Republican voters, right?
Yes.
For them supporting someone who they, believe is going to make their lives better when he's really just going to work on himself and all the
hmm
billionaire friends he
hmm
has. So I want to give a little time Jessica to speak because I know this was a very tough election for women in
hmm
specifically. So I want to give you time just to kind of talk and voice your grievances.
Yes. First of all, before anything, I want to thank Vice President Harris
Mm-hmm.
for saying yes to when Mr. Biden, President Biden, asked her to take over the election. 100 days before the election day. After he knew he was losing, there was a really good chance he was not going to win. He said, here, black immigrant woman, here you go. Take this 100 days before the election and win. I know he was excited. Like, I know he was like, yes, this is going to happen. We're going to do this. But for real, this is not going to happen. She did not get this is not was not she didn't have a campaign. This is not a campaign. This is not her loss. First of all, we apologize for the people that saying that you lost this election. You didn't lose this election. Biden lost this election until you're asked to take the baton 100 days.
Run the rest of the race.
Run the rest of the race. When he already lost the race, like he already lost the race and expected you, because whether you want to believe it or not, they know who we are as black women. He said, you're going to be able to do this because he saw you as what you are. But unfortunately, it wasn't fair. So I don't want this to be on her. This cannot be on her.
Unfortunately, given what America is like and how evil and mean spirited they are, I wouldn't be surprised if it's blaming on minorities to be the whole yard around.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised because as much as we want to blame Biden, like I was listening to the Breakfast Club a little earlier because they
hmm
had like a 5 minute segment talking about 50 Cent being happy about it, Amber Rose being happy about
hmm
Donald Trump winning. I think one thing they brought was really insightful about because we're talking about Donald Trump,
hmm
Joe Biden right now, is that like this is Joe Biden's loss.
This is lost. This is not yours, Mama. Do not take it.
when
Drop it.
when Joe Biden ran in 2020, he ran as a single term president. He
hmm
understood that he was 87 years old,
hmm
an old ass man, that he could not run 8 years consecutively, and that's why we elected him. We elected him as a transitional president to the next generation of America. Not only did he, do horrible things, he was a king of gas, made mistakes every time he spoke. He lied to the American people and said he was going to run again, and the only one who could stop him was God. And then God gave him COVID. And then God had Trump get shot in the ear. And then God had, JD Vance happen. And then he's like, oh, I guess now I have to leave because even with JD Vance being a part of his squad, I'm still losing. I can't win. So even though people are going to say that Joe Biden should have stayed in the race, maybe he could have won more states. And I honestly, I believe that.
Yeah.
Looking at how racist America is, looking how
He would have. He would have done better.
he probably would have won Pennsylvania. He
Yeah.
probably would have won Georgia again, but he probably would have lost all the other states.
Yeah.
He probably would have lost North Carolina. He probably would have lost Nevada, Arizona, all the other blue
Well,
lost it.
purple, yeah.
He would have lost Michigan because of all a lot of people hate God. A lot of people don't like the actions doing in Gaza. Michigan had a lot of Muslim voters. He would have definitely lost Michigan. Michigan would not have supported Biden. And from what we saw in margins, he was going to lose Democratic states like New Mexico. He was losing New Mexico as well. So as much as he would have won swing states, he would have lost Democratic stronghold as well. So
Hmm.
we have to just be honest about it. And honestly, I'm a little shocked how reserved Jessica's been during this podcast.
Hmm.
Before we went on live, I know she was very, she wanted to do this, and I'm really proud of her for having the strength to go forward with this. It's only really been like 6 hours for us since we learned about it.
Yeah.
Because I was awake since 3 o'clock in the morning. Once I saw that Donald Trump had like 267, and he won Pennsylvania and Georgia, I'm like, yeah, he won already. There's no way he loses this when every other swing state's red. As of us recording this, Michigan has not swung anyway yet. It's still red, but it has not been officially, projected yet. Neither has Wisconsin, neither has Nevada, neither has Arizona, or Alaska and Hawaii. But who really cares? Um, so we don't.
And we're not saying we don't care about you Hawaiians or Alaskans.
But the
We were
electoral
talking
college
we're
doesn't
talking
care.
about electoral college.
Yeah, they
That's
don't.
not your fault.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay?
Yeah, they don't really.
That's not you.
Yeah, the electoral college doesn't really care about that.
Yes.
But I'm curious how the final map's going to look like, right? So we still have a lot of voters who haven't been counted yet. They're saying that Donald Trump projected to win the popular vote, which would be incredibly scary. Because this is like right now, the momentum is so high that it reminds me of 1984 when Ronald Reagan won the presidency,
Hmm.
right? It's scary that someone who did so much horrible things to America, not even policy wise, just in our own view,
Hmm.
with January 6th, with what he wanted to do to protesters when they were protesting the BLMA protest, when things happened to George Floyd, he wanted to shoot them in the leg to stop them from protesting. All these horrible things he wanted to do. And now he had no guardrail because now the Supreme Court gave him full immunity. The guy who was given 91, now is 97, 93, 87, 83, it dropped down a little bit. 83 criminal cases against him. We lost 35
Indictments.
of them.
Hmm.
Lost 35 cases already and is waiting, that he's waiting for a New York fraud case to be done in the 25th of November. That shit ain't happening no more.
You know?
They're gonna delay that shit. They're gonna delay, then they're gonna cut it off. Thankfully, it's in New York, but it's
Yeah,
also a
yeah,
federal.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a federal case, so it may still get. He may be able to pardon himself for that federal case. He's
And
going for it.
and yeah, most
He's going.
likely he's gonna do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can continue. Most
No,
likely he's gonna do it.
I just wanted to, ring home that I do agree with Jessica where it is a Joe Biden loss. Joe Biden should have made it clear in the 2020, 2022, primary elections when that was happening when they were electing new House representatives, new Senate. When we won the Senate, should have made it perfectly clear that he's not running two Senate. He's not running
Exactly.
two
And give
races.
Kamala the proper campaign. Because this was not a campaign.
Right,
Okay?
right.
So
Had a
please.
primary. Have a primary. Because I think the biggest thing that made Kamala look like the X factor is that one, she was not allowed to participate in the primary because she was a VP, so she would latch on to Joe
Hmm.
Biden,
Hmm.
and because she came last during the 2016 primaries, sorry, 2020 primaries. When she only went to like two states and then she opted out of it. So I think those two negative stigmas it would made her seem like she was like more of a DEI hire, where she didn't make it past the first primary list in 2020, and she was stuck with Joe Biden couldn't do her own primaries for that year as well. If she was able to do her own primaries and gain the momentum organically, she probably would have. Because look at what happened in August.
Yeah, but she was a vice president. The president told you step down. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm shitting on myself. I can barely talk, but you did whatever.
He tried to really clean up, Trump's. I'm happy that we didn't have Trump during the tail end of COVID.
Of course, we are
If,
grateful for that.
if we had Trump during all of COVID, we would not have gotten all those vaccines sent out. We would not have gotten all those kits sent out. We would not have COVID mandates. 80% of New Yorkers getting vaccinated would never have happened with Donald Trump at the helm and with his, ambivalence towards vaccines. So I do thank Joe Biden for that, for being able to get me a
Hmm.
job, being able to get multiple American jobs back,
Hmm.
and be able to
Hmm.
kind of stable out,
And make
life again.
sure we take care of us.
Our
Like make
ability to
sure, yeah,
walk out without masks right now is a
yeah, it's incredible.
it is a byproduct of Joe Biden's leadership
Hmm.
because the
And
way
a
that Donald Trump,
percentage of vaccine,
we are one of the most economically viable countries in the world, and we were underperforming by every other state.
everything, everything.
India was doing better than us. China was doing better, and China had the original vaccine virus, and they were doing way better than us when it came to mortality rates, when it came to bouncing back from it. There was that big surge in Hong Kong a couple of years later, but that was something that they were to clean up pretty quickly. We were having issues like that year one, and thankfully we got rid of him 9 months into it because that was gonna really kill us. I just I'm fundamentally very shocked. You can ask Jessica when we first started looking at the elections, we were a little nervous, but I was optimistic. I even said it during the last podcast. I
Yeah.
believe Kamala would win, and I don't retract that statement at all. All these people say that, like, we had to go back on it, we had to go back on what we felt. No, we were not going off of a blind tracker. We were going off of experts telling us. We had a Ann Seltzer poll in Iowa saying she would win 3% of the vote. Iowa. Ann Seltzer has been right about most elections. She's been right about like 6 out of the 7 elections she played on to. This is one of the first times that she got to say bad deficit. Like, he won by 11 points. Like, how do you go from +3 to +11 to Trump's favor? Like,
I don't know. This is
so, like,
crazy.
like, obviously I'm not gonna cry voter for it. I think this is probably one of the cleanest elections we've had so far. I think, given
Yeah,
how fast
yeah.
it was,
That's
it
not it.
shows how accurate it is. I know people are saying, oh, Trump had a lot of electees there. He had a lot of people who probably throwing out ballots. I don't agree with that.
No, that's not it.
We'll let the government handle the government. I'm pretty sure they did their job right there. I'm pretty sure, like, when it comes to swing states, there were probably more security there. But
She does. In my poll, I never see police officers
the
like.
police officer was
And
there,
he was
yeah,
there. He was chilling on his phone. He wasn't doing nothing.
yeah,
He was there.
yeah.
So that's good.
But
We don't know what he was gonna do, but that's good.
yeah, but given the death threats that were happening in Florida, I understand that there was a guy who had a machete out to 2 elderly women. So I think they were trying
And
to
there's
make sure.
gonna be more stories, but that's not it.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
yeah, we wanted to bring that part out first now because we wanted to lay that to rest.
hmm
None of us believe that Kamala Harris made any mistakes during this campaign.
No, she did not. You
We
was perfect.
we wish she had more time.
This was not once again, and I know you're probably not gonna listen to us. Who knows,
Hmm.
right? We started this using our opinion with regular citizens.
Yeah.
That's my little brother. We talk like this all the time. We just want to, record this and also have it for ourselves to have this opportunity to work together and
Yeah.
like do this.
I'm really happy at how mature and how,
Yeah.
like, none of us are crying.
Mm-mm.
I didn't think to cry at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was so proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know that this is gonna be a setback. We're gonna go like 20 steps back, but it's not the end.
This is not them. This is not them. And this, like again, girl, this is not you. Okay?
Kamala Harris,
Kamala Harris. You, Vice President Harris, you did, this is not your campaign.
you killed it.
You killed it. You did your thing.
You may have lost the election, but you made history in so many ways.
You did this in 100 days.
You made the most campaign funds in any presidential election in modern day
You
history.
brought the grown ups to the campaign.
You
You
made
was you stood your ground. You spoke whether we agreed on everything you said. You was very professional,
you were
and
the
I'm
first
so proud of you.
you were the first black candidate that we had who was openly black.
hmm
We have. I don't want to shit on Obama, but Obama, we all know he had a white mom. We all know he was raised primarily by his white mom. We all know he had a white background. We all know he had a white college. He had everything white. He didn't go to Howard University. He wasn't a part of any, like, sororities that were black. And
But saying all of that, you was a black man, so that couldn't hide it. You having a white family.
that's
We don't know the things that he went to because he had the white family, right? To
right.
become more black. So we
But
don't know what you went through. We don't take your blackness away
but I
from
think that's
you.
one of the reasons why Kamala
But white people
lost
can
so.
relate to you a little bit more because it was like, well, you was raised in a household.
I'm sure a lot of white people tell themselves uncorrected that the reason why Obama was so good for the economy because he was part white.
Yeah,
That
his
white
mom was
percentage.
white. His mom, his grandma, he was raised by his white family.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's why
that's
people.
understandable.
That's why I think white people voted
They
so much for
felt
Trump's spread.
comfortable. Yeah,
They're like, even though he's black, he got a little bit of us in him.
yeah,
He's still
yeah.
us in some way.
Mentally, he's us. Hard.
Kamala Harris has none of that usisms.
No.
It's an Indian and a Jamaican. She's fully not from this country,
hmm
right? So I just want to make that fully clear.
Well, she's a citizen, but her mom is
When it
not from.
when it comes, like, she wasn't like she was born in this country, but
But she's the first generation, like my daughter, because
exactly first
Jay
generation immigrant.
is still an American,
Right.
although she has immigrant parents.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not in this country. I mean that she was an immigrant.
And yeah,
She was fully, both of her parents were
yeah,
both immigrants.
first generation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I mean to say.
yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
I
just
just want
want
to
to.
make sure because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Not people who have peripherism lies about Obama are probably going to say things about Kamala Harris.
yeah.
If she won, they definitely would have.
I'm just saying that because we also know what is out there, right? They're trying to see, oh, you first generation citizen, you might need to be kicked out. We don't know what's gonna happen. We
Yeah,
don't know.
we don't know.
I just want to be clear. We understand.
We don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to pretend like I know every rule that's in 2025. I don't know.
But we have to. Let's start reading those 400 pages. We got 2 months.
Yeah, well, 900 pages.
900, whatever it is, we can read.
Yeah.
Or if not, put it Google to read it for you, or Siri, whoever you like.
Yeah. We need to start protesting these different laws. A lot of them are going to be local laws that are going to be trying to implement things. So if you guys are still in those swing states, don't feel like your hope is gone. Like I said before, every year is an election to vote for, different policies to vote for. We voted for policies. Well, we voted for clean deals in New York. We want to make sure people understand that every single year you have power to change parts of your local electoral area. So don't feel like this is all lost. Right now, as we speak, Trump has already won the Senate. He's projected to win the House. Right now, I think they're at 92 and 82, 192, 182 right now. Democrats losing as of right now, and I think they lost 3 seats. So, oh,
They're
what?
gonna get the presidency, they're
Yeah,
gonna get the House, they're gonna get the Senate,
right,
and they're gonna get the Supreme Court. What
right,
else do you need?
right, right. That is. And if you want to be real about it, my biggest fear is not even Donald Trump. My biggest fear right now is RFK Jr. Because
Oh, to be the head of the health department.
right. Because he wants to get rid of vaccines. He wants to really like change a lot of things. He doesn't want to rely on science. He wants to rely on this Christian Buddhist, like whatever this magical thing he wants to rely on. I'm really worried about that. I'm really worried
Of
about
course.
how
Also
that could
telling
flow
all our
across the
listeners, please, if you have health insurance, get checked.
hmm
Use your
Now,
health insurance to do everything you can do right now.
yeah,
Make sure you get your appointments. I know it's hard, especially if you have Obamacare. It's really hard. Like, I'm in New York, so it's like, her first, what we have Federalist, like we have other ones. But let's make sure you guys
yeah,
get checked, make your appointment for everything. Everything. Get checked everything.
yeah. If you have
Use
surgeries
it.
coming up, do
Do
surgeries
it
now.
now.
While you
Don't think about it like I'm gonna do it next year. No, now.
no.
If you want to have kids, I don't know what to tell you about that.
If you're saving money, keep saving money.
Keep saving money. Now it's not the time to have no Uber Eats. Forget about Uber Eats.
hmm Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay?
Save money. Make sure if you haven't signed up for a union yet, try to get your company a union as you can.
As you can
Because
do
we still
some.
have Joe Biden as our president. He's the highest union president we've had so far. So if you guys haven't unionized yet, try to unionize by January. I don't, I'm,
Let's do it.
I believe Donald Trump is going to be dictator day one.
He
I, be,
said it.
I believe Donald Trump when he was laughing with Elon Musk during the Twitter takeover
Yes.
about how he hates unions and how he was happy about Donald Trump busting unions. I
Hmm.
believe this. Thankfully, where I work, I have a pretty strong union, so I'm not worried about my union being
And
affected.
we live in New York.
Right.
But we are worried about you, brothers and sisters who live in states.
But even then, if you make a federal mandate about unions, it will affect
Yeah, it will affect all of
the
us.
whole state, right? I don't
Exactly.
imagine he'll do that, but that's something he could do.
He could do
He,
that.
he, he could. My biggest fear right now is going to be, the nationwide abortion ban.
Hmm.
Now, I think is going to happen. Given what happened in 2022, maybe not because of how much abortion affected 2022's quote unquote red wave and how many Republicans are now backing away from it. Even Donald Trump said,
They won, Kelly.
I
I'm
know
not
that,
gonna
I
let
know
you
that they were.
go to La La Land.
No, it's not La La Land.
This is now utopia.
No, it's not utopia, but you have to look at the facts as well. They might have won every seat they have, but if they keep on fucking around, they're gonna find out. Like how they found out in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like they won.
But
They won now.
two
They won
years,
now because they backed up.
2 years to do what they had to do, so they to fuck up.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with them being able to take over the entire government in 2 years. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think anyone's gonna let that happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's a way in which Donald Trump can become president for the entirety of his electoral. We have too many checks and balances made in this country for that to happen. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to do a lot of dumb Christian-based polling, but I do not believe, and maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't believe there's going to be an abortion ban, nationwide abortion ban, because they know how polarizing it is. That's why a lot of Republicans now didn't run with that. That's why people like that's why people like Carrie Lake lost her race in Arizona, even though Trump won Arizona. Abortion is not good. Even Donald Trump backed away from a sixth abortion in Florida. Said it's too close.
Um, Before you continue, I also wanted to let you know when we're talking about abortion, we're not just talking about people killing their babies for whatever reason they want to do that. That's their choice and that's their reason. Doesn't mean that that's what I would love to go through. I don't think that's anybody wants to go through that.
Yeah, no one wants to go through abortion.
Like if you know a woman that had an abortion, you know that shit is not funny for them, or that shit is fun,
Mm-mm.
or they like living their best life.
Yeah.
That should destroy them forever,
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not an easy choice to make, but that's their decision. When we also talk about women's health, when we include an abortion there, because they want to just put it about killing babies, which primarily white women are higher percentage wise than black women, Latinas, and minorities. And aborting babies for whatever reason that you should have the right to do, because that's your decision to make. But saying that women's health is also included in there, like really, we want them to have control of our health.
Yeah.
Well, we had to pay like $10 for tampons.
Hmm.
Really, we want to give men.
When Trump went to do his victory speech, I didn't see a single woman on that podium besides his wife. Not a single
His
woman.
the kids too.
I don't
His
think they
the
were there that day. I don't
no.
know. I'd look again, but I don't think I saw their kids there. But I know I saw Melania Trump there.
Of
But
course, you're gonna be there. That's his wife.
but even then, like it shows you how like male dominated his campaign is. Like Kamala had people from different parts, walks of life in her campaign, and
But that's what scares them, Kelly.
mhm.
Like, come on, no.
I'm not defending Donald Trump.
Kelly, that's what. Okay, they voting, and also I want to say to the Latinos people, my Latinos people. I'm Latina. I'm Dominican. I'm from Dominican Republic. So I'm Afro Latina. So I totally understand you, and I also know how you see me as being Afro Latina too. But I don't blame you
Blame them for what?
for doing the mistake of voting from him,
You
for doing the mistake of believing in him, for doing the mistake and voting with their pocket. Because I understand
I
you
don't
want to
think
vote with your pocket.
okay, maybe you're saying it the way you want it, but I don't think Afro Latinos are the ones who voted in majority for Donald Trump.
No, no, not Afro Latino, but I'm talking Latino in general.
I think
But I consider myself
I
to be
think the
Afro
Latinos who
Latina.
think they're white, like the Puerto Ricans who think
Oh,
they're American and they're white and
yes,
they're going to be taken care of. Those
exactly.
are the Latinos who voted for Donald Trump. The one thing they're going
Yeah,
to
but let's
say
not blame all
is
the Puerto Ricans. Let's also blame the Cubans. But we not. I'm not blaming you. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you
I'm blaming them.
because I understand they did the job so good that you don't see yourself. They did it so well that you see yourself as something that you're not. And I don't want to blame you because you know something. They they did the job.
The way I see,
Right now you see yourself as you don't for you don't matter to yourself. You don't. You think you're gonna make more money? Which I understand we come to this country to make money to bring it back to our family and for a better life and for us to have a good retirement and forever to do whatever we want. But we live in this country. Our kids are from this country. Whatever we give them back home to them, they're gonna love it, they're gonna go on vacation, but this is their country. We want to make this good. This is good. This is America. We came here. My mom sacrificed so much for me to come here and for us to be here. So,
but let's not forget the other lying factors, the other percentiles that voted for Donald Trump in the same number they did in 2020.
of
You're
course,
telling me that
I'm
Donald
not
Trump
blaming them. I'm not.
again got the majority of white female voters
Yeah.
again?
But why we expect them to do any different?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
All,
They still white, Kelly. They're women, but they're still
all
black
these
white.
TikTok dances of them like hiding notepads in the bathroom saying we're going to vote against their husbands. The whole poll that came out saying that 16% of wives made different decisions from their husband didn't tell them that. All those polls were just bullshit.
They thought
That was
about
just
it, but
bullshit.
they maybe they were too in their heart. They thought, but then they remember that they're raising those kids. They remember those are their kids, their creation. So I did not expect them to come and save us. I did not expect them to do anything for them, for us. They're still gonna have their abortion. They're still gonna have their rights. They still have. This is so much more for us than it's for them, and we cannot expect them to understand. We cannot expect you to understand. You have not done the work. You never have supported us. You never have supported us. Even when we support you all the time, we put the stupid ass little hats and we do what we gotta do. But what we expect from you when they gave you the right to vote, you dismissed us.
Us being black women.
Yes, us being black women. I explained that again. If this needs to be explained to you, I don't know what the hell, because I need to talk. I cannot be explaining myself too much. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the white women. That we were so many people was like, they're gonna come, they're gonna save. No, I don't expect nothing better from you. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. You made this kid. You made these. You made them. They are your product. Okay, sweetheart? They are your babies. Okay? So you figure it out. This is your problem. Obviously, we're gonna suffer more because always you still white. Don't blame no Harris. Don't blame no Latinos. Don't blame no black people.
Mm-mm.
No brown people. This is on you and your babies that you made.
One topic I want to bring about now you bring up black people. So statistics have shown that black people have voted in a higher number than they have ever in the past since like pre-Obama. and they have overwhelmingly voted for Kamala Harris.
Yes, I know our people did what they had to do. We always do the right thing.
Exactly.
This is never. And I'm not gonna allow history to no. This on you.
Hmm. We did our part. I would say, as a Latin man, we did not do our part when it comes to electing Kamala Harris. We can talk about the campaign itself. I think when it comes to Kamala Harris's campaign strategy, it was a pretty solid one. Going to try to open the door. She was trying to do her Joe Biden, her best Joe Biden she could do, where he was talking about both sides of them, trying to get everybody involved, trying to get everybody in the table.
Mm-hmm.
But it works better when it's a white man saying it than a black woman. Because like, we have to be honest. When you see a black woman say anything, you think radical. You think, oh, she has to be radical because she's a black woman. How could she be for me when she's a black woman? She wants to hurt me because I'm a white man, and we hurt them so much in the past. Why would they want to hurt us back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it all just being revenge tour? Because if Donald Trump's doing revenge tour, why wouldn't she do her own revenge tour after she wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they voted, because they were in fear. When me and Jessica were watching the elections yesterday night, we saw demographics coming out, we saw percentages coming out, and it showed that, like, when it came to reasons for why Americans were voting, it was the highest percentage was democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was the economy, and then after that it was abortion rights.
Mm-hmm.
So when I thought democracy being the highest one, I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
Because people were like, "Oh, that's good. Democrats are voting because they want to say democracy." I was like, "No, white niggas are coming to vote because they want to maintain democracy, bro. They want to make sure democracy maintains its strength."
And niggas, we not don't think that we say niggas because you black, you white.
No, I said white niggas. I made
Okay.
that perfectly clear. It's white niggas.
But I just want to make sure because everything needs to be explained and re-explained.
Well, when you were saying us, no one knew who you were talking about when you were saying us. No one
No,
understood
but
who
I
you were
know.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But look, what I mean to say with this is that there were already red flags even before August. Even, this, like, we know statistically, when a president gets shot, they win. Donald Trump got shot twice. He looked like he was going to win, right?
He didn't get shot twice.
He got shot at twice. My apologies.
Yeah.
He got shot once, and he got almost another attempted assassination the second time. No one,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. He did shoot. I don't know,
But not to him,
but
to
not to
the
him.
to police. Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, there were attempts made on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
Allegedly.
What do you mean? What do you mean by allegedly?
Like we don't know the second one if it's for real that he was trying
Oh,
to kill
okay.
him.
Okay.
We know the first one was shot at him, but we don't know what he was doing.
Well, we know he was playing golf when he should have been campaigning,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that ended up working out for him.
Exactly.
This motherfucker out here campaigning in California,
Mm-hmm.
leaving thousands of people, out in the sun for walk 2 hours. Elderly people going to New York and doing the most racist, propagandist rally he could ever have done. And quote unquote, it was hemorrhaging Latino voters. Puerto Ricans don't want to support Trump. It just showed me that again, Trump voters are cowards.
Mm-hmm.
They vote for Donald Trump, but they won't tell the public about it because they're too scared to have them see
Mm-hmm.
it. They'll only say it in public once they have their Lord and Savior in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Watch after January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a bunch of people being like Trump. They're gonna be walking around with their red MAGA shirts, their red MAGA hats. They're gonna be walking around with their dumbass photographs of Donald Trump, with his fist out, with the blood coming out of his ear.
I'm sorry. Again, we do not believe in violence.
No Democrat has ever publicly stated that they wanted Donald Trump to.
Exactly.
He won.
Donald Trump.
He won.
Okay.
He has the House, allegedly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He definitely won the Senate. He had the Senate, but, the Democrats already lost 3 seats. One seat with Joe Manchin, which was obvious. We knew he was going to lose that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not a big margin so that we can get some negotiations happening, because not all Republicans are together. There are Republicans in the circle who are so against Trump that one guy wanted to do the border deal, who actively vocally said did not support Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That guy might be one of our saving graces when it comes to House representatives.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to keep in mind, these Democrats have been Republicans waiting for this moment so that they can take revenge on everybody.
Of course.
Not just Democrats, celebrities, Republicans, business owners. People are going to get affected by this.
Of course.
Unfortunately, it's going to happen. They're going to go on the revenge tour the first year. Expect a lot of people to, the media now will stop censoring Donald Trump. They will now be like, he's the evil villain we all knew he was. Why didn't anyone warn us of how bad he would be? They're going to
be the victim.
Because, like, I'm reading articles right now And they're still glazing Donald Trump. I read an article about NBC saying that Donald Trump, he won unanimously, and he gave her the victorious speech at the end of, like, bro, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Victorious, like, like we need to be realistic about this. This is a scary moment for America. Americans are dreading this moment. People who voted Donald Trump, they're going to be affected just as much as we are. Those white poor people who think they're going to be safe, they're not going to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be still be affected by the economy. My only saving grace is I really hope and pray that those billionaires, they pretend to stop price gouging to let Donald Trump have at least 2 years of a good economy. Because that will help everybody for a little while. If they glaze up Donald Trump a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
make Republicans seem better than they actually are, because that's what happened, right? If these billionaires are in the coat pocket of Donald Trump and Republicans, maybe they'll give a little bit of time for the economy to go back up, so that they can, like, embellish the Democratic Party for 2026's elections.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that happens, because that'll help all Americans for a little while,
That's good.
even though it's gonna be a thick economy.
Yeah, because you're always thinking about his next election.
Right. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if they're smart, they should do that. They
Mm-hmm.
should show if they want to, because
And
people,
they're fucked up helping us.
right, right.
Yeah.
People are saying that the reason why we lost the election is because of the economy. That was the biggest reason we lost. Not because of abortion, not because of Gaza, not because of Joe Biden, not being able to speak. They're saying it was primarily because of the economy, which goes back to Joe Biden. He should have more effectively explained what he did for the economy and how he actually helped the economy and how he actually brought multiple jobs into the economy. But we also have to explain that American people are generally incredibly stupid.
Incredibly stupid.
Most Americans don't know what they're voting for.
They're talking about.
Most Americans voted for Donald Trump because they feel that the economy would be better under him, and they don't know how the economy works. I'm surprised that no stories came out about Donald Trump and Epstein. The whole thing going on with that. No stories were talking about that. No one talked about how
But
J.
people, the really, really people, Kelly, come on.
They're gonna care about the
He was writing women with me.
people. Don't care about.
Sorry, I cannot say that word because I have a daughter. He was right. He was writing. He was holding it.
I think that's different. I think that's different because that's misogyny. That's not child pedophilia. I think misogyny and pedophilia have different access.
All his wives, Kelly, look at they have been young. What he did with Mr. Universe. They used to say those were 18-year-old.
Look,
They used to say how he used to come to
a lot
he
of
used to come to
Americans,
their dressing room.
right? But that's different. They're still adults in that situation.
But yeah.
I understand, like, people see a pedophilia, they see it differently. They don't really care about
But,
the 18-year-old.
but group of people that
Do that is opposite white people. White
exactly.
people do the highest pedophilia in this entire nation.
And that's what pedophilia is in the highest what it is. And when we go to Philippines, when you go to all those
But
places,
no one openly campaigns on pedophilia. No one
I
ever do
understand
that.
that they don't campaign on pedophilia. But you think that would affect them?
Yes,
It's
I think it would
them.
have. If the media did it right, they would have definitely affected them. If they actually criticized Donald Trump correctly, because we both agree the media did not criticize him correctly. It was not the same rate for both parties.
Of course, it wasn't.
If Harris made a mistake, they hounded on that.
Again, and this is not Harris' campaign. That was Joe Biden.
What I mean to say is, one thing that they could have easily talked about the media to get those dumb voters to vote, just talk about how Pride 2025 talked about banning porn. That would have gotten so many of those dumbass voters who don't know anything about Hollywood. They're getting rid of porn, and they would have ran over and voted for Kamala Harris. They should have been more into, like, these
Oh my God, she really lost.
these media.
I mean, Biden, you lost, not her.
They fumbled really hard. They were up their own ass. They believed that they were trying to inform America when they were really just showing one side of the race, and they weren't mature enough to understand how America views the elections. If they actually had the right people on there to view the election properly, because the economy is one thing, but when they mean the economy, they just care about, like, how much does it cost to get bacon or eggs, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, it's still $5 to get eggs. They mean the economy is really bad. That's how they see it. Even though we're at the lowest form of inflation we've had in decades of this country.
Yeah, but I went to the supermarket yesterday. And that's not a joke.
It is a lot of money.
It's
But I'm
crazy.
saying that it's simple-minded voters.
Yeah.
Simple-minded voters, they would have easily latched on the fact that, like, Donald Trump's going to get rid of porn.
Hmm.
Like, even if it sounds
No,
like
no, I get it. There has to be simple-minded to
okay,
believe that that's
that's it.
progress.
They couldn't run on the fact that he had no policies because no one cares about that. Most Americans fundamentally believe that all politicians are corrupt. Rightfully so. Most politicians
They
are
are
corrupt.
corrupt.
They are corrupt. So they're like, okay, Donald Trump's corrupt. Who cares? Every politician is corrupt. Everyone
But
makes
but
mistakes.
I totally
That's how
understand
they
that.
view it.
But you want to get the best out of the evil. We didn't say that it's perfect.
Hmm.
We said They're both messed up.
Hmm.
They're the worst of the worst.
Hmm.
But one of them is a little better.
Hmm.
We can swallow the pill better,
Yeah.
right? Why will you not go for your better choice of evil?
Hmm.
If I'm getting burned and they can give me some type of medication to make the burn not hurt, am I gonna go free willy and be like, no, don't give me the shot?
Does God
Like I wanna feel this burn. I wanna feel this pain.
does God want you to get that medicine?
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely, no. Because
My God would want to.
apparently,
My God would tell me, Jessica, you
apparently,
got to do what you got to do.
apparently, God does not believe in vaccines. Because most religious groups do not want to get their kids vaccinated. So I'm gonna say you can say something so logical as that, and I can just bring up the fact that God doesn't want it to happen. And all these niggas who believe, and white niggas again, I gotta clarify.
We gotta clarify.
All these niggas who out there are gonna be like, oh yeah, I know it's wrong, but being religious is supposed to be a hard endeavor. Women, they're supposed to support their men. They're supposed to, all this thing is held up to make themselves feel better when they're really just awful villains. Every single one of you who voted for Donald Trump, who gave him the popular vote, who supported him in this evil endeavor he's going to do to our country, I want you to look out and see the country in a couple of years and think to yourself, you created this.
You created this. Nobody else. You did this.
You
We
54% of Americans keep going.
created this. We gave you guys our lives. We gave you this country for free.
Mm-hmm.
We gave it to you.
Didn't work a dime for that.
We gave it to you, and you have gave us nothing in return.
No.
Little health care here so we don't die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A little money so our kids don't go hungry at night. Lunch, school lunch, but making them sicker. The type of lunch we be giving our kids, the type of education we be giving our kids. But we gave you this for free,
You're free, well.
and this is your doing. This is what you do when you get things for free.
This is gonna hurt so much.
This is gonna hurt a lot.
Because Kamala Harris is such a pro-black campaign, and they're gonna obviously believe in her because they're not gonna believe in Joe Biden. The history books are gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Starting now, before I start hearing all the documentary talking about that, how Kamala Harris campaign. This is not her campaign. She only did 100 days.
She inherited a dying campaign.
There was years of the making.
She inherited.
Yes.
I think you would have to have been a historically popular Democrat when there were none. At that point in time, everyone hated Democrats. Everyone hated Bernie Sanders. And he took forever to say about, we just stopped getting weapons trade because it took like 4 months to say it. Every Democrat was seen as a bad Democrat. AOC was too young. No one was seen as adequate enough. People were talking about Kamala Harris as a shadow when every other vice president was a shadow. When Joe Biden was vice president to Donald Trump, no one knew what that nigga was. That nigga was a shadow as well. Every vice president is a shadow. Mike Pence is a shadow. JD Vance will hopefully become a shadow as well. I hope he's a shadow. I hope he's not the next person to come up. What I it's just like it's very frustrating for me because of how humanitous this vote was. Because like I said before, Kamala Harris ran a very black campaign, and I'm afraid.
But only
that,
100 days, Kelly.
But I'm afraid that historians are gonna be like, oh, she should have campaigned more white people. And they're gonna be like, next time we get Democrats, they can't even pander to black people. Because don't go to Joe Rogan.
Well, you're not gonna win without the black people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna misinterpret what happened here. It was not because Kamala Harris did a bad job because it's a combination of Joe Biden's bad, optics, bad optics.
Remember when we had to save him in Georgia that he came begging?
It was bad optics. It was a lot of pent up aggression. It was petty voters for Donald Trump because none of them niggas who voted for Donald Trump know what exactly going to do. They just wanted to vote because they wanted to.
He don't have a plan. He has a concept
of a plan.
Of a plan of the United States of America, the free world.
Right.
The number one like we the shit. We were the shit.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
America definitely died today.
Let's see.
I would say America isn't going to go away because it's too big to disappear.
No.
But it's definitely going to get bitten. The empire of America is going to fall just like how Britain fell. This is because right now we're living in the empire of America.
Everybody's going to see you for what you are, America. You're a piece of shit.
The whole world's laughing. The whole world's laughing.
Are afraid of changes. You're afraid of changes. You're afraid of what your country, our country, because this is my country as much as it's yours,
Of course.
looks like. You're afraid of that. And unfortunately, you're not going to stop that. You play, you do your thing. You got a couple of more years to do all this.
It's so crazy to me because America is stigmatized as being the most, immigration friendly, not friendly, immigration diversity country. Like we have so many different people.
You have immigrants.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what America
It
is.
shocks me that like we are more visually diverse than Great Britain, than France, than Germany, than Mexico.
Because it's not a one unique race. The race that was we killed it was the Indians.
Mm-hmm. We're all,
Native Americans,
we're
right?
all immigrants.
I know. So everybody else is immigrants except for the Native Americans.
Yeah,
We
but
know this is their country.
You know it's the way people. It's the way
So
people.
everybody came from. Y'all don't remember the Mayflower? Y'all don't remember the Gold Rush?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. It's just, oh my God. It's just going to be so hard because we're going to see all the Republicans flip flop. A lot of people,
Of course, they're gonna kiss the ring.
they're going to kiss the ring.
They're gonna kiss the ring.
If they don't, and if Donald Trump's going to start getting rid of these news outlets, because he said he wants to get rid of their licenses, get rid of ABC.
That's why CNN has started.
Good
And yeah.
riddance.
They,
If you, sorry, go ahead.
no, you continue.
I want to say, if you guys can't report on the truth, why are you here? I'm going to be sad to see Fox News, have to, endeavor for so much longer. It's just really shocking to me that we're in a situation like this. We're like someone who's so qualified, who nailed everything. Because honestly, at some point, I was like, okay, because
She cannot be this perfect.
there were times there were times where I was nervous, like during the presidential debate. I didn't watch it.
No.
I fell asleep, woke up next morning, and saw articles upon articles saying that Donald Trump got dog walked. Every single time I fell asleep, Kamala Harris went out and showed me something. She showed me that she was good with the black people, with the Asians. She was talking about how she got better at handling protesters. The first time she was like, "Oh, if you don't like it, go vote for Trump." That was the first time. Second time she's like, "Okay, we all live in America. We all have a free voice, but now I'm talking." She changed her rhetoric. She showed us she can adapt. What the fuck is Donald Trump gonna do when these pro Israel, sorry, pro Gaza protesters are going to come and talk about how they want to stop. Yeah, pro Gaza, pro Palestinian, protesters are going to come and want to try to convince Donald Trump about stopping the war.
Yeah, pro Middle Eastern.
He's going to give them one warning and then start shooting. I don't believe the Muslim voters would cause this election to Of course not.
You people got it.
Yes. I'm happy Jessica's more mature than me and took a little bit of burden out from Latino voters. I'm mad at Latino voters. I'm mad at
Latinos voter, but I understand.
I understand.
I understand.
For doing that.
I understand. I can understand you.
Right.
Okay.
But we can all agree.
You need to stop. But you need to stop drinking that Kool-Aid.
Right.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
This is the first time in over 50 years that white women lost rights. They lost rights for Roe v. Wade because usually it's black women losing rights. White women finally lost rights in this country after 50 years because they got the Civil Rights Act. They were able to vote again.
Yeah, because they couldn't see a black lady.
And we thought historically they were going to vote in their interest because now they finally lost.
No.
2016 they didn't lose rights. 2020 they didn't lose rights. Now they lost rights, and we started with 2020. With 2020 they dramatically voted blue.
Yeah, but the president was a white man. Now it's going to be a black woman.
I see.
Who was going to come and take over and be their leader. The women that they used to use to feed their kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they used to own. Right?
Yeah.
Are now their leader?
Lesser than. We're going to have the first woman be a black woman?
Nah. I'm sorry.
A fully immigrant woman?
No. We got to go by steps. White man, always. One black man, always. One white woman, maybe.
Yeah.
A black woman, never.
Yeah.
In their mind.
At this point, what I saw today, it just because like Jessica and me talked before we started going live, and it's okay you don't want to go more in detail about this because you're entitled to your own way of viewing. But Jessica did talk about how she felt that Kamala Harris struck campaigning again for the following 2028 elections. And honestly, I don't think Democrats are going to let her campaign again.
I think she should campaign because she didn't campaign. I think this was Biden campaign. I didn't think she should come today because she has to get the speech. You got to figure out what time she's gonna give the speech because I want to support her and I want to be there for her. I want her to be as strong as she always been. This is not your fault. This has nothing to do. Vice President Harris. This has nothing to do. We are so proud of you.
Yeah.
That was you that represented us.
Yeah, it's a scary time to live in right
Yes.
now, but I'm happy that we at least have enough people who have consciousness in our country. I'm glad that we still have people. I'm glad we live in a state, primarily New York. I'm worried about
I'm
people.
so happy. I'm so grateful.
I'm worried about even in California. California looking pretty red right now. I'm looking. I'm looking.
Yeah, California doesn't even look right. Even the state that she wanted, it just that was the
It's
best
kind of
state.
scary.
People are scary.
It's kind of
I said it, Kelly. People are scared.
yeah.
When people are scared, people do crazy things.
Right. It's white fear.
People are freaking out.
The black thing in America.
They understand what we did to them. They say in the mind what we did to them. They're gonna have to do it back to us.
Mhm.
But we not like you guys. We don't want this. We don't want to fight with you. We don't want to take your rights away. We just want to have rights.
Right. The most
We want to raise our kids. We want to have the American dream. We want to own homes. We want to own business.
Mm-hmm.
We want to educate our kids.
Yep.
We want to feed our kids good food, give them good water.
Yeah.
That is all we want to do.
Just live.
Just live
Mm-hmm.
and leave us alone.
Right.
Right? We will get. Please don't think for real. And I don't talk for all black people, but we like to, we are not we don't have no grudges. We just want to be free.
Yeah. And just talking to my brothers out there who voted for Donald Trump, I don't blame you for voting.
I don't blame you.
I don't
I
blame
don't blame
Tim
you.
Scott for being a lapdog to Donald Trump. I don't blame, Baron Donalds for being a lapdog, even though they are people that I think are destroying the black vision of America. I think what they're doing is they're preserving their own freedom, they're preserving their own livelihoods, but they're embarrassing themselves for the sake of white men. When Baron Donalds went out to talk in the Madison Square Garden event, he was brought out to Sweet Dixie. Like he brought one of the most racist songs out there for white people, talking about picking cotton and shit. So
Kelly, who they used to whip
no,
us.
but black people would whip other black people. I know they would use it as a way of demeaning us,
Uh-huh.
making us know that we're we're controlling ourselves.
Okay. After 400 years doing that,
Yeah.
you don't think some of those genes are going to be passed on?
Well, I don't think genes are like that, but I understand what you're saying.
So, think,
The mantra is still there.
yeah.
The idea is still there. The systemic racism is
The
still there.
systemic, which I think is out of gene.
I don't think it's that gene.
There has to be something.
I
And
think
we're not gonna know. We don't gonna know this until we start investing a little bit more what slavery has done to the body of African people.
Okay, you mean some chemical? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
chemically.
I was worried
Something.
you were saying that like our genes are to be subservient.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no, 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 no.
okay. 'Cause I need to
Chemically,
clarify that.
like we did something,
They
and
just,
something has to be done, right? Survival of the fittest. That's
we
what
know
happens.
that. We know that they enlarge our sexual
Yeah.
organs to make us seem like less suitable mates for white women.
No, it's not, no, and all of that, and also mentally, like some of us are like just we come like this. We believe that they still are gods,
Yeah.
that they still everything to us. Like we still don't believe in ourselves. So they did that. So I don't blame you. I don't blame any black person. I don't blame nothing. I'm disappointed.
Even if black people voted for
But I don't blame you.
20%, I still would not blame black people for that.
No, I
But
wouldn't
I
blame
think
you. This is they don't. Nobody got your best
the
interest.
the most scary person to be right now is a black woman than it's a black man.
Mm-hmm.
And you can argue their tosses because if the cops are coming and shooting, they're going to shoot black men before they shoot black women. I'm sorry, that's how it is. They're going to be scared of this big black man walking around. They're going to shoot him first.
And then they're gonna shoot the black woman,
The
just
black
in
woman
case.
afterwards. Yeah, like they did that one woman who was having a story, having a mental health crisis.
Exactly. Before they
She
ask
called the cops
questions.
and they just shot her.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like it only goes one way, of course. But like when you see a black man walking with a hoodie with a hoodie up, he's gonna get shot, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And now you can kill what you can. Now we have social justice warriors out there who can just kill black men for sport, and they're fine. Like Cotton Reelhouse. Cotton Reelhouse can kill as many black people as he wants to kill during Biden administration. Trump administration. He's gonna be totally.
Yeah, because they're gonna have immunity towards what they do in their job.
Yeah, because they're just common heroes.
That's what we don't want. That's what we don't want. Yeah. You kill us a baby. So just let us be. Let us be.
The best you can do right now, if you're listening to this and you are a black man, black woman, minority group of some kind, and you don't want to lose hope, my best bet for you, and you live in one of those swing states or in a deeply red state, know your neighbors. Know who you're living around. If you're around niggas who are Trump supporters, you're gonna have to move out of there and go somewhere else.
Yeah. And I don't want to also hear, okay? No commenting like, oh my God, you guys are being so dramatic. If you don't feel this, you ask, it's way too comfortable.
Yeah.
Stop acting like all your white friends are looking at you like equal. Get it together. This is how we're supposed to be feeling.
Yeah. This is not.
This is not like a walk in the park.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Remember, the turtle has to go forward in order for the turtle to make any progress. The turtle can definitely outrun the rabbit, but it got to keep going.
Mm-mm.
The turtle just upside down right now.
I know. Yeah, turtle right
The
now.
turtle's not going nowhere.
That nigga's in mud right now.
Okay.
That nigga's in mud.
So we need to figure out how to put that turtle back into working mode
Mm-hmm.
and take those little steps in.
And to add more progress to that, to more positivity to that, we don't know what Joe Biden's going to do during his last few months.
He better fucking do something.
Right now, he has about 3 months because it's so January. Well, January 6th. He has about 2 months and a half to really do something, right? We'll see what he does. Hopefully, he does something. And hopefully, he's able to bring some closure to Americans. Hopefully, he's able to ballpark.
Wait, closure to America in one sense.
Maybe add some more people to the Supreme Court. I know one of his goals was to make 12 people be a part of the Supreme Court, so it wasn't this 9-person majority. If he does something like that, he can instate more Supreme Court members. But that'd probably be too late because he has to do it before 24 days of leaving. So he had to do it really quickly if he is going to do that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Given that Joe Biden has presidential immunity, maybe now's the time to use it.
Now is the time. I need to see that nigga needs to be on the crack that they give him for him to be at his little stage. I don't know what they give you because they give you something when they want you to do something.
Right.
They forgot to give it to you and doing the debate, or maybe they give you a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Now we need the right amount of medication that you need.
Yeah.
And you need to start writing and signing.
Yeah.
Those papers need to be already written. Mm. Let's start signing, make it a couple of things a day, right? Just take a couple of press conference while you're signing. Take a break, like, oh, we're going to take a break and come back with 24 more reports and start signing that paper.
I'm telling you right now, presidential immunity will not be a talking factor 4 years from now. Niggas will forget about like how they forgot about January 6th. So that's just going to be a part of our society for the rest of the presidential campaign. Presidential immunity is now a part of a presidential power. That's how it is right now. It's going to be a part of our society maybe for the next 50 years. Joe Biden,
you better be the first one to take care of that.
You're not going to live that long.
Let's go.
You're not going to get prosecuted for it.
You are not.
Just use it. Use your presidential immunity as you can. If you're too afraid to use it, let Kamala Harris be president.
Exactly. And let her do it. Let her do it. Be like, oh, you know something? Because I couldn't give her the presidency for, give it to her for 100 days to think that she was going to win this race. Let me give her this couple of days to be president right now.
So America can leave with that final stand, the 27th president, 47th president was a black woman.
Was a black woman. If you really want to do this, but this is too much respect from you, right?
Yeah.
But you lose in your mind, so we hoping
you do something.
That you do something.
Mm-hmm. I imagine internally Joe Biden saying I should never have left. I should have campaigned with Kamala.
Now it's not the time for that. This is your campaign.
Right.
You was gonna lose no matter what.
But you know how it is. We know that Joe Biden is infamously very
exactly. But he needs to wake up, take a little bit that you're gonna give him, and start signing papers. I don't want to hear no speech from you. I don't want to hear nothing from you. I want to see you signing.
Yeah. We need Joe Biden.
And start pardoning people. Start getting into those jails and start letting people go.
Yeah.
We're not talking about criminals of you haters that want to come and write. I don't know if we got haters yet. We don't even. Sorry, nobody's hating. We don't have haters. We really, we appreciate whoever's listening. Thank you so much for listening to us. Mm-hmm. I apologize.
Especially now. Yeah.
Especially today, I apologize. I wanted to give my raw situation. Right now, I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. Not only for me, I'm very scared for my child. Mm-hmm. Like today hit me. Like I was talking to my husband. I was like, yo, I'm always joking about I don't want to have another child. I don't want to have another child. But right now, I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely probably not ever going to have another child that I birthed. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad thing to think about. Because it's like, what if it's a boy? My mom was like, oh, you're going to have a little boy. I don't want to have a little boy.
Yeah,
not because I don't want to love my little boy, not because I don't want to raise the man. It's because I'm scared of him. Like, what can happen to him? Right? Some of you is like, wow, I know you never felt like that. You never had those feelings. Those are things you don't have to think about.
Yeah. Not Latina women.
No, those are things not that you don't have to think about. I'm black. My husband is black. We are not going to have a white baby. We are not going to have a mulatto.
Nope.
It's going to be a black man. So I'm scared for him. before even having him, before even what, like before even telling my head like, oh, Jessica, you should want that, you should want to have another child, maybe it's a boy. You're like, I don't even want to think about that
Yeah.
because thinking about it's too painful. And this is the thing we gotta go through, and this is minimal. This is one topic. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand. That's why you voted the way you did because you're scared. But we promise you, we don't want to do nothing bad to you. We just want to be free. We just want to be happy. We just want to raise our family. We want the American dream. We want to be able. If we work hard, we get what we deserve. If we good people, we get what we deserve. That's all. We want to be protected. We want to be loved. We want to be understood.
Yeah.
We want to be studied. Study our bodies. Study our diseases. This is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad. We're not gonna stop you from getting your things. We are not. We are not. This is so sad. She really lost. He lost. Biden lost. But really, we are not gonna have our first black president,
The black female president.
black female president.
No, I understand what you mean, and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
no, it's okay. One of the reasons why I do this podcast is to give our raw thoughts, our raw feelings. I'm pretty sure you guys already know, but we are not going to be bleeping or removing any of the curse words said during this podcast. I just feel like it's important for people to know how we truly feel without any filters being played. I'm not telling Jessica to calm down today because I feel like right now is not appropriate for me. Even though I'm a black man and I'm going to be suffering from this as well, I know how hard it is to be a woman in this country right now, especially a black woman in this country right now, having to deal with it. Not even that Kamala Harris lost, because let's keep it.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris never used her black woman card the same way that Hillary Clinton used her woman card.
No.
She ran on the merits of her of her resume. She said, "What is my resume compared to this person?" And she was confident her resume was better. She never brought up the fact that she was black. That she was she obviously showed her culture with going, having her event be done at Howard University for the election countdown. That was incredibly, that was incredibly beautiful for her to do something like that. That's why I'm fearful that next Democratic campaign they won't really appeal to black people that much because they're gonna be like, we don't need those guys anymore. What we need to really focus on is white people and white voters. We need to go far right, as far right as we can to compare with these guys. I'm worried.
Which was something that she tried to do, right? She tried to go for them. She tried to go for those Nikki Haley's supporters.
Right.
She tried to touch down. She tried to tell them it's not. This is not about only me. The people that look like me. This is about us together.
Yeah.
I'm not only thinking about us. I'm thinking about everybody. She tried to be as Obama possible.
Yeah. Try to be as Obama as possible. And honestly, like I don't think no one could have predicted this, right? I thought it would be a lot closer than what it ended up being. I didn't think Trump would win every single swing state. I'm so tight about that. Like that's crazy. It's actually had the same margin as Hillary Clinton. I'm a little disappointed in America for letting us play around so much with this election. We should not have had a switch up happen 3 months before the election. We should not have.
We should have not allowed him. We should have. We should have told him, coward, how dare you? That's what we should have told him. Not take her and be like, it's not about you, Madam Vice President. It's not about how dare you, coward, do this to our woman. How dare you do this to her? How dare you? What makes you give you the right to do this to her? That's what we should have told his ass. Now we are like, because we were so happy. We were so happy to see it.
To think of
Now we wasn't thinking about that. He was playing her.
Yeah.
He was playing her.
Having her dig her own grave.
He
did it for her.
Yeah, he did it for her. He said, "Here you go. That's what you need to campaign, Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President."
Yeah, here you go.
This. You shouldn't stop here.
Here you go.
You should not stop here.
No.
This is not your campaign. You should give us your campaign. Lose on your own merit. Educate us. Educate our people. Get the time to invest in us.
I'm just worried.
And all of us.
Because now it's guaranteed primaries. So I don't know if Kamala.
Let's go. She got time. I need 4 years. I need you to be out here every day doing podcasts. I need you to be out here every day doing podcasts. I need us to be tired of seeing you. And let's do this again.
Yeah. Because let's be honest, Donald Trump had 5 years.
He did it the day he left.
He campaigned from November 6th and onwards. And after the election happened, he started campaigning. He had not stopped campaigning since the moment he left, the moment he projected to lose.
Exactly. I want you to do the same thing on a million.
So let's keep it a buck there.
Donald
Trump had 5 years. Kamala had 3 months. Let's keep that a buck. I want people to know that it was not a fair race at all.
It was not a fair race.
The media was helping Trump every time he made a mistake. They
Always.
only highlighted his racial remarks. They knew white people didn't give a fuck about racial remarks. They
Always.
didn't highlight on his back on the his notorious his notorious policies that would have damaged everybody. They didn't highlight his fact that he didn't care about anybody and all their feelings and what they would have done to white people and how they would have affected all these different marginalized groups. All they cared about was the little moments he sprinkled out, right?
Hmm.
And I don't want to say Donald Trump is smart about this. I think people know he's historically a very dumb person. We saw that in the debate stage when he debated Kamala Harris. He's not someone who I think masterminded all of this. I think he just got fucking lucky. He got lucky that both times he won against a woman. And I think that this just shows America that next time we have someone like this, because I don't think Donald Trump's gonna be the last time we get someone like this. I think we're gonna have more elections, hopefully, and I really hope we do. Um, that we just have to take it really serious. That we
Hmm.
have to like it wasn't enough that you had a white vice president.
Hmm.
It had to have been unfortunately a white president.
She
That
has to be the vice president, like now.
yeah. So I don't know if I fully agree with Jessica about having her campaign 4 years.
No, I want her to campaign for
I
years.
I,
I want her to give this a try.
I think we need like a Gavin Newsom. I think we
No,
need a Tim Walz.
no. Right now we don't got time.
Maybe a Josh Shapiro.
Right now it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not
I'm
fair.
sorry.
It's
It's
not.
not.
No, I'm
This
not.
election
I
wasn't
know.
fair.
Exactly. So it's not fair. It's for her. Whether we lose or not, we already lost the biggest one
Democrat.
to this bigot.
Yeah, but we don't want to give them. We don't want to give them 8 years.
At this point, I don't really care.
No, I think you have to stick.
At this point, I just want to do it right by her. It's not fair. It's not fair for us to always get the short stick and allow it to happen.
But look at the.
We should not take this.
But you know, okay, I'll bring that up later on. I want to bring it up for the final moment, so we can keep on talking about this moment because I want to leave with some positive.
Yeah.
There were historic marks made on.
I'm so happy you have something positive to think
Yeah,
about this
yeah, yeah. I just
because we need this, and I
there are definitely some
appreciate you for
positive.
this.
Of course. Um, you know, I want to talk a little bit more about Donald Trump's reign. People are really scared about it, rightfully so. I don't know how much of what he had in Project 2025 is even going to be done. Honestly, I don't think Donald Trump even read that. I don't think he even read it.
It's not about him. He don't. He signs everything. All you have to do is tell him, "Down, no, your hair looks so cute today,"
Hmm.
and he starts signing papers.
Yeah,
It's about his people.
so you think Democrats could do that too? We saw Kamala Harris do it. Why can't a Democrat fool him as well? We have all these critics saying that Donald Trump's going to do all these evil things, and every one of them has been wrong about
Yeah,
them.
but it's people in his ears.
I agree with you,
But he did
but
evil
Republicans
things,
are
Ted.
self-sabotaging.
But he did evil
We
things.
saw this.
He did a lot of bad
No,
things.
I agree, but there are things he couldn't do either. Like he had the Republican seat. You couldn't get rid of the Affordable Care Act last time you had the Republican seat.
Yeah, because it was because of one Republican. You remember John McCain?
Yes, yes, I
He's
remember.
dead.
I know. I'm not saying
God bless his soul.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I'm just saying that we have to understand that these the people like Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Donald, they're not smart people. The probably smart person in that lineup is JD Vance, and no one takes him seriously. So we have to be honest in that regard. We're dealing with people who are just idiots.
I understand we did it with people, but idiot that goes on hate, they will.
I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna be realistic. This is a bad case scenario. This is the worst case scenario because, like I said before, he has all forms of power. The presidency, he has Senate, he has all of Congress basically, and then he has the judicial system because he has the Supreme Court. He has
Mhm.
every form of power he needs in order to rule with an iron fist. But everything he has corrupted in some ways to rule in his
And to
favor.
think about so many judges are still vacant that haven't they haven't confirmed for Biden, like
I'm sorry.
all these people, like there's a lot of people, judges and things that they haven't been confirmed for Biden. Like he
Oh,
has put out there a lot of cabinet members, a lot
yeah,
of things that
yeah,
they haven't confirmed, and it's like
yeah.
they're never going to be confirmed.
No. It's unfortunate. It's a sad time to be an American. We should all be disappointed in the 54% who decided they wanted to vote for a fascist, a person who's been convicted of civilly liable for being a rapist, someone who cares nothing about women, and someone who cares nothing about black people, couldn't even rent homes to black people in Queens, famously. Someone who wanted to, ask, pay billions of dollars for the advertising of killing 5 black young men who were found to not even be, guilty of the crime, so they're guilty of it now. You know, someone who overturned democracy and thankfully failed and only had about maybe 10 mortalities, said no one died, but people definitely died that day. We had a bunch of cops who died that day. One,
Or even cops that kill themselves after that.
yeah, suicidal cops as well who killed themselves in that moment. I think they're counted in the mortalities.
Hmm.
Um, it's just really baffling how goldfish brain most Americans are. Because I don't know what Kamala Harris could have done
Nothing.
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 All you could, I think once you, I don't want to say she thought the same thing, because I know she's smart. She probably knew what was gonna happen.
She knew.
I think this, I
She
think,
gave her all. She knew.
I think she
She's
fought.
smart enough to know.
She fought like she always did,
Mm-hmm.
and I think like this is going to be a like. That's why I'm happy that even though people want to say it's a historic loss of Democrats, there's also a historic campaign with Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most money a Democratic electee has ever won in only 3 months of campaigning.
Mm-hmm.
This is a historic W.
Imagine what a whole 2 years or a
Two
whole
years.
year.
I don't think, yeah, that's what I think. If you want to put some faith into black people being elected again for the highest seat of office, I think the best we can look at is Kamala Harris's campaign. Even though she did lose by a very hefty margin in electoral college and popular vote wise, it still shows that with enough time and
Enough time.
I think a woman can do it.
Nobody to get 3 months. They're gonna give it to a black woman. You get 3 months. A regular person cannot do it. Look at Donald Trump had to do it in 8 years.
Yeah.
A regular person cannot do it.
Well,
But we're gonna give it to her. We're gonna give it to her in 3 months after the person that was running behind her mumble, fell, wheelchair, hospital, everything, and then they gave her the baton like go, run. You got 100 days. You can get there.
yeah. And I don't think there was any tragedy that would have done better. I don't think they could have done a primary.
There's nobody that could have done better but her.
Yeah, but
But her. So imagine what she could have done in less time. That's all I want us to be correct about this, guys.
yeah.
Let's not allow them to say that this is a campaign that she was the one that she didn't. This is not her loss.
She inherited a dime.
She inherited already a failing campaign. We don't remember before she got in there what he was saying, what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was on vacation, I was in my country living my best life, but I was still watching the news
Yeah.
and reading about what was going on
Yeah.
and how everyone came out was like, "Well, I feel like Biden should just I don't know, this don't look good,"
Yeah.
and then we're gonna give it to her,
Yeah.
to the least liked person in this.
And don't get me wrong, I applaud Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, who allegedly were the ones who convinced Joe Biden of giving up because they wanted to have some form of chance. I think Kamala Harris
Yeah, but why?
was projected to do better than
Yeah,
Joe Biden in every margin. I don't think she did better than Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden would have done better now. He was
yeah.
still allowed in, but she was projected to do way better. And that's something we have to understand. That's a fact. She was projected to do way better than
Because we always think that a white woman gonna come and fix it.
black.
Black woman is gonna come and fix it.
Mhm.
We always think a black woman is gonna come and fix it.
Right. Right.
But we did not give her the tools enough for her to come and fix
Yeah,
it.
yeah. My fault with Joe Biden is not him giving up the campaign; it's him doing it in such a short notice.
Waiting so long, waiting until you can barely like you knew.
Mm-hmm.
We seen the sign.
We needed this way
We
earlier.
earlier. You
We
didn't do
needed
us a favor. They go, oh my God, thank you. No, we didn't. No, you didn't do us a favor. You actually messed her up.
Right. We gave you a whole entire day in the DNC to
Yeah.
for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, because she could have come out after you lost and be like, guess what? Who's gonna come out next year? This year start my campaign. She
Right.
could have come down and you would continue with your thing that you lost.
Mm.
She could have come out and do her thing for 4 years now.
It just showed hypocrisy in Democrats. People say, "Oh, Donald Trump lies." Democrats lied.
Everybody
Joe
lied.
Biden lied about him not doing two terms. He lied to our face about that. He said he's gonna be a one-term president and lied directly to my face. He lied about He lied about
Because he didn't believe at first that she could have done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then 10 days later, it's like, oh, you take the baton.
Yeah.
Let this be your fail.
But even if he didn't believe Thomas can do it, he could have put somebody else in there. He knew that he could not do.
Yeah, but that was gonna look really bad on him. Like not taking your vice president. Like you take the vice president because you believe if something happens to him, this is the best.
Obama didn't do that.
This is the best. No, but Barack Obama definitely did that. Biden didn't want to do it because his son passed away.
Barack Obama chose that he couldn't over Joe Biden.
No, Barack Obama was gonna choose. You have to go back and do your research.
Okay.
Joe Biden's son both died during that time, and he said he couldn't do it.
Hmm.
He said his speech that he said he was not gonna go to the presidency.
Hmm.
But Barack Obama, before he even left, gave him the medal of honors for him.
Hmm.
And said, I understand how you
said that Hillary Clinton was being president to be
no,
president 2 years before Barack Obama.
no. It was always going to be Biden, his presidency, but he didn't want to do it. He said, I don't want to go through this. My family's going through that. We lost my son. I lost my,
Okay.
That he said it, and then he felt bad, and then he came back because he said we lost because I didn't want to do it, and that's when he came back and did this and said I'm gonna do it for you. What I didn't do for you before, I'm gonna do it now. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do this because you need me. So he came and did it. He should have just continued his shit. Then let her be. That's what you need to do your 4 year, Miss Madam Vice President.
4 years of campaigning.
Oh, campaigning. And then 4 years you lose because we know you're gonna maybe most lose. That's fine. At least you did your best and you gave your all. Don't let them give you 100 days and say, "Oh, you campaign, you did this, you was a part of an election race." No, they just changed your thing like in the last minute. The ballot. I think pretty sure he did that 100 days because it was the last time that they could change the name for the ballot to probably be voted. We got to look into that.
Yeah.
He waited 100 days.
Yeah.
He knew he was not going to do this. This is not fair. This is not fair. Your campaign just coming. You need to come today with that speech and come and say what's going to happen and give us some things to do because you scared the shit out of us, all of y'all, Democrats.
Democrats.
And now you have to come up with other things to help us because right now inside is a million.
Yeah. Right now we still have the Senate.
You still, yeah. So you need to prep us what we need to do step by step because you're scaring us. So now fix it.
Yeah.
We're in this situation.
Slow it down, resolve it in some way, do something. We know how Joe Biden had that plan for the Senate, sorry, for the Supreme Court, and we haven't heard anything about that plan after he dropped out. He talked about a little bit after dropping out, but we really had no real structure for it. I would like to learn more about what his plan is. Maybe you can implement it before he leaves.
Exactly. And I don't want to hear no stories, no speech about talking to people. I want to see that signing. And let's not do like one letter for each pen. Let's do a paper per pen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough having him be the commander in chief again. And honestly, we didn't talk about a lot. We didn't talk about Gaza a lot, but I do want to. My heart goes out to Gaza.
My heart goes out to
The
Gaza.
Palestinians. I feel bad for what's gonna happen. It's unfortunate, but this is a president who wanted to make your part of the land a parking lot, quote unquote. So I do feel bad for what's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully there's enough people, enough Republicans with hearts out there to not vote in those bills, to vote against the interest of their party, to not let so many brown people die for the sake of Netanyahu's own pride. You know, I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping that the Republicans who did go against Donald Trump and still won their seats back, that they still maintain that same energy and don't do what Donald Trump wants to do. That they're like more independent voters than they are Republican voters. That's really what I hope for. Get a couple of Joe Manchins from the Republican side to be more, not Democratic Joe Manchin, but a Republican Joe Manchin type. That'd be great for us. That'd be great for us. That would show that you're heroes of America. Because right now,
well, you have something good to say about Joe Manchin? What you said about him?
I think Joe Manchin was like independent of Democrats.
Yeah, but Joe Manchin fuck us up
No,
all the time.
I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm saying that he was a Democrat, but he didn't align as Democrat.
He did not.
What I'm saying about Joe Manchin is that he was a Democrat in name, but he didn't act as a Democrat.
No, he acted as a Republican.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying we need Republicans to act in their interest as an independent or a Democrat in that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we need Joe Manchin's on the Republican side of things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm using an analogy in that way.
No, I get it. I was in the
No, I know. I don't like Joe Manchin.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I get a little bit thing when I hear his name, my blood goes a little bit.
We need Republicans to act more independent of their parties, to be bipartisan.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
bipartisan.
asking for.
That's what we're begging for. That's what we hope.
Yeah.
We're hoping, but let's not hope too much.
Right. We already hoped enough and we saw what happened. We are an hour and 15 minutes into the podcast. I know we want to go a little further. Probably can upload on Thursday, maybe a bit of a longer mini podcast, I guess. But we can go a little longer if you want, or you want to try to wrap it up.
I think I said if you want to talk more, I think I said what I'm gonna say. Like I'm just like feel today's gonna be like like when you have your 5 stages of grief.
Yeah.
Like I'm still in denial, but I'm very I'm angry, but I'm not really. Like I'm disappointed, but not really. Yeah. I just really want to focus on this not being her campaign, and I really want her to give us the best bet, whether we lose or not. I think you deserve a whole campaign, just like Hillary deserved to have her whole campaign, do what she did. Exactly, and she did. So I feel like it's not right for us to cut you short and say bye to you. Yeah. I need you. I cannot see you saying bye to you. You need to come back, Miss Madam Vice President, and give us your best, your campaign best, your 4 years, your 5 years, how many 8 years, whatever you want to do to you. Don't give up. Don't allow them to dictate how you lead this. Right. Don't allow them because you gave us the best what you did and to take over this because I would have said hell to the fucking no. So you deserve 4 years.
Right. And I think that even though she did not win the popular vote, I think enough Democrats still see her in a positive light. I'm interested to see how poll Democrats about how the favorability for Kamala Harris is. Because I imagine a lot of Democrats do like Kamala Harris, a lot more than Joe Biden at least. Because she might still be the most popular Democrat we have outside like Tim Walz and some of the more, governor race Democrats out there. But there are a lot of things that we can talk about this election. We'll talk about it more during our Sunday
Yeah,
podcast as well, because we'll get more data about like
exactly.
who voted. We'll have Kamala Harris' speech to analyze as well.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll bother listening to Donald Trump's victory speech
yeah.
if we have the morality to listen to him talk about the
Yeah,
pipeline.
I feel like we should listen to him. I feel like not today. He's not
Yeah,
gonna get that to
but
me
we
today.
definitely should listen
But we
to it.
definitely need to listen
Listen
to
to
it.
it,
We
or
have
like
to give him
read
the
an article
respect.
on it or something.
Yeah, he is the president elect, and I feel like if she had more time, I think she would have taken some of Donald Trump's supporter because they would have seen that she's not this angry black woman as they always trying to pinpoint us. She would have been able to put more resource, more money into their community so they can see that she's not a dumb, low IQ woman as they wanted her to be seen
Yeah.
because that's how they see themselves. So I think she deserved those 4 years, and I really hope that she does do us herself because she don't owe us nothing. She do not owe us nothing. Just like Michelle Obama, I've always been begging to God that I want Michelle Obama to run because I feel like if Michelle Obama ran, that's it. But Michelle Obama don't owe us nothing. Harris definitely don't owe us nothing.
Mhm.
So she needs to run her 4 years so she can really do the campaign and have it on her belt. She lost on her own merit. She lost,
Yeah.
but this is not her. This don't count towards her.
Yeah.
And
And a lot of politicians fake it,
mhm.
fake their love for this country.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I felt Kamala Harris's love for this country.
I felt it. I felt it.
Some would argue it's unwarranted, given how this country has treated black women all
Yeah,
throughout it.
yeah.
I felt it.
I felt it. I felt that she genuinely wanted to help us. I didn't think that she was gonna be do everything that she said she was gonna do, but I felt that she had our best interest forward. Yeah,
I also felt Donald Trump's hatred for this country.
100%.
And it looks like today we now know that hatred is a lot more powerful than love.
Mm-hmm.
Then that fuels people. That's why when the news talks about people dying,
Mm-hmm.
people are more fueled by this fear, this self survivalism. It's just a part of our nature as people. And at this point, we need to look better at our society. We need to look better at ourselves. We need to
Mm-hmm.
realize that we are stronger than we look. Even though we had historical high voting outlets, white people still outnumber a lot of Democrats stayed home. Unfortunately, a lot of white
Mm-hmm.
Democrats did not want to go. A lot of suburban men, underperformed for Kamala Harris, where she needed that suburban man vote because that was the highest jump I think that the John had. This is early polling, so maybe it might change later, depending on what happens when they get the accurate
We
numbers.
needed everybody.
Yeah,
We needed everybody.
we
Just
need every.
remember, when we stay home, we don't count.
Yeah, we don't count.
We are more progressive than we are not.
But I do want to add some good news.
Hmm.
If you want to start wrapping
Yeah,
up.
please.
Um, so we did have a Senate race as well. And given that Senate race, we have made history as well. We
Hmm.
as black people have made history. We have, in the first time ever in American history, we have two black women who are simultaneously running in the Senate.
That's amazing.
And I want to just name
Good,
them
good,
out.
good, good,
We
good.
have Lisa Blunt Rochester, who's from Delaware.
Good for you, Lisa.
And then we have Maryland, we have Angela Albrooks. These
Yes.
two women have made history today. Or well, I guess on Tuesday they made history. They are the first two black women to work concurrently together in the Senate. We've only ever had one black woman at a time.
I'm so proud of you, ladies, and I hope and wish you the best, and may God protect you on this.
Yeah, we have other positives like Carrie Lake losing her Senate
Of
seat.
course.
So I don't want to think that Donald Trump won. He won by a landslide when it comes to numbers. When it
Hmm.
comes to the grant, when it comes to when you're looking at it from a macro level, he completely dominated. When you
Hmm.
start looking at the micro spheres of things, New York looks really good. New York lost 3 Republican seats.
Hmm.
It's like 18-6. It's really good for New York, and most of those six are all the way
I'm
upstate.
proud of my state.
New York did really good. California did kind of wonky. Arizona did pretty good for Democrats. So when it comes to like the Senate race and the seats, so I wanted to say that even though we lost macro level, there are many victories we can still take
Hmm.
in the micro level. We can still be happy for our sisters out there who
Yes,
are still
we
making
are.
history.
Yes, we
You know?
are.
So even though one sister unfortunately lost, we have sisters who still won, and I want us to still look at them and see what they can make out of this
Of
Senate
course.
and
Of
see
course.
what bills they want to propose. Because that's how we got Juneteenth as a holiday because it was a black black congresswoman who made it a thing. So
Yeah.
I want to keep that same energy alive. I want to keep it, I
Hmm.
want to keep that idea out there that we still have some change. We still are making history, even though this country is historically racist and showed its racism today or yesterday. It's still there's still some marginal progress we're making. 2 steps back, 1 step forward, right?
Exactly. Let's pick up the turtle
Hmm.
and let's sign those papers.
Yeah. So this has been the He Said, She Said, That Said podcast. This was your host, Kelly, and
Jessica,
we can't tell you to go vote anymore because you already voted. All I can say is,
stay informed.
stay informed, find some hobbies. It's going to be a long 4 years. We're gonna deal with it though. We're gonna find positives in this sad time. We can't live all the time sad. You know,
No, you gotta live your
you
life.
gotta live your life, especially if you're young. If you're young, you're 20 right now. If you're 26, I was thinking like, damn, I'm gonna be 30 when I have to vote again. I'm gonna live these 3. I'm gonna live these 4 years. I'm gonna live these 4 years.
You gotta live it. You gotta live it.
So I'm not gonna deal with it. Thankfully, a lot of things that happened with me, I already resolved before this Trump election happened. So I'm happy with myself medically. We just have to be willing to understand, as a group, there's
Of
some hope
course.
in America. America is not just for white people, and we need to show them that. We
Mm-hmm.
need to show them that. Right now, they have their small little victory. They can enjoy their tyrant for a couple of weeks. Let them make them add up. Let them fill textbooks even bigger with how many failures he's done
Mm-hmm.
as campaign, not counting his businesses that he also bankrupted. Let him bankrupt America. We'll pick up
Let
the
him do
pieces.
that. Like always, we will take care of America
That's all I'm about to say.
because America is our America and it's our dream too.
Exactly.
And we made this.
We'll clean it up.
We're gonna clean her up.
We'll
And
clean it
we're
up.
gonna make her better. And guess what? We're not gonna hold it against you guys because we know you guys cannot do any better. We know you guys cannot do anything better than what you do
Mhm.
because you are all scared.
Mhm.
So don't worry, we got this.
Yeah. And let's hope when this 4-year campaign finishes and you see the under for the crook he is, when you see that you're not getting better payments or anything, when you see your rent skyrocketing, when you can't pay for your medical fees anymore, when you have to amputate a leg and you can't pay the medical fees, I want you guys to think about who you voted for.
Of course.
I want you guys to think who you voted for, and hopefully by next time, hopefully you survive all these horrible
Of
things.
course. And you live with your concept of a plan.
Right. That when you have the Affordable Care Act leave and we have J.D. Vance say blatantly he has no plan to change it, to replace it, but he wants to remove it somehow or remove it for some reason. I want you guys to see these things.
And hopefully it's gonna be an amazing. I hope it's an amazing 4 years that, oh my God, we get everything we wanted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. Please make it happen like that, Mr. President-elect Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Make our life a little better. Right?
Yeah, I'm hoping for the economy to boom, like you guys said.
Yes.
So that now we have Donald Trump, the economy should be better.
Let's do that.
No more immigrant killings. No more.
No
more crimes. Right? Crime should be down. So
of course.
Down. Mm-hmm. Let's hope that we don't have to worry about any political violence because apparently that was up when Biden was president. So let's hope political violence goes down.
Right, because we're not violent people.
We never shot the president. Never us.
No, never us.
So have a good one, everybody. Like Jessica said, hope, pray, take care of yourselves. Like
take care of yourself.
Save money.
Save money.
Every dime you can.
Every dime you can. No more Uber Eats. No more nothing. You gotta save money. No, take your vacation. Don't play that. Take your vacation when you need to take your vacation so you can go decompose and stuff like that. But don't be acting crazy buying no Louis Vuitton, no Gucci. Now it's not the time for that.
Yeah, I would say take 2 weeks to really just remove yourself from this situation.
Yeah. Be your life, exactly, and do whatever self-care you need to do to survive this. Mm-hmm. Right? We can do this. This is nothing to us.
Nothing.
This is nothing.
All that fear about Donald Trump becoming the tyrant he thinks he's gonna be, I don't have too much stake in that. Mm-hmm. It might happen. There's rumors of it happening. There's evidence of it happening. But like all the evidence about Kamala Harris winning, they were all false. Mm-hmm. There are things that can be said that don't happen. Mm-hmm. So we have to just be ready for it.
Let's be ready. Mm-hmm. May God bless the United States of America.
Yep. I'm sure not blessing it. Have a good one, everyone.